Hello everybody, it's Levi Clay, we are back, and we have a response from Ursin. Unfortunately, it wasn't really a response to me because he uploaded it to Facebook and blocked me from Facebook, which kind of feels like a bit of a cheap response. But Ursin, the problem with doing something like that is you're not fully aware of how many people on your friends list are actually just there to laugh at you. And I can assure you there are many of them, and when you try and do stupid shit like this, they will tell me. So here we have it, we have your video, it's right here, so we can actually respond to it, you know, because that's what conversation is about. We'll come on to that. I'm going to dox you a bit. We'll look at some of the private Facebook messages you sent to me, which will I'm sure demonstrate your two-faced sides. And for those of you that aren't massively crazy when I do these sorts of videos, well, I don't really know what to say. They're fun. The whole point of this is to be entertained. Are you not entertained, I believe is the phrase. And also when I put these things up, people tend to watch them, so I'm going to do this because well, it's only right. If somebody's going to take the time to film a response to me, or at least about me, the least I can do is again see what they've got to say. Sorry, that was disgusting. See what they've got to say and take it from there. So let's take a listen, shall we?
Build the audience, Facebook. You have to wait for
Facebook
Facebook to build the audience. I'm gonna get my drink.
I think we should add to this, shouldn't we? Oh, he's gone. That ruined it, didn't it? Alright, let's wait. Come on, come back.
Yo. So, oh wow, we got an audience. Yo, all right. Guitar Talk, episode 2, coming to you from. If you hear anything, my wife is cooking dinner.
Sorry, that's juvenile.
How's dinner coming, honey?
It won't be long.
It won't be long, so this video has to be short.
That's right.
Shorter than normal.
Somehow it's not though. It's 25 minutes.
Wrap it up. Don't be loquacious today.
Hang on a minute. It wasn't one of your problems with Troy Grady that he used big words? I mean, there's no way you've got a fucking clue what your wife's talking about there. I guess that's why your video is 25 minutes long.
Loquacious. What's that mean, dear?
I couldn't be more fucking perfect. That couldn't have been more perfect.
What?
Wordy.
It means wordy? Oh, Brittany's on here. She says hi.
Are you going to say something?
It's my go-to at home, you know? Guitar.
Here we go.
About a guitar educational thing called Cracking the Code, and the guy that does it, Mr. Troy Grady. Now, I really felt that in the video, I didn't feel that I really came down hard on Troy Grady.
You didn't. You just made it very apparent that you don't like Troy on a personal level, and that you did like Chris on a personal level, and therefore Troy's stuff wasn't as good as Chris's, and that Troy was trying to rip people off because Troy makes YouTube videos linking to his products. But when Chris does that, that's okay.
I don't know.
I mean, credit where credit's due. At least they fucking got products, right?
No Troy Grady. Never.
You don't know Troy? Well, your complaints were that you'd emailed and you'd spoke back in the day. You said on MySpace in the 90s. MySpace wasn't around in the 90s. You knew that after the fact, though, of course. I've seen the emails between you and Troy. There has been contact.
Met the guy. He's probably a real cool dude, you know? And I even said that he was a fine guitar player. But what I took, the question that I posed was, is this material couldn't it be condensed down more, you know? could we just maybe make a 2-hour DVD or shit, even a 4 DVD box set or something?
That wasn't what you proposed at all. What you proposed is that downward pixelanting is a scam. It doesn't do anything. And that you don't need to play licks the way Troy tells you have to play them, despite Troy not telling you have to play them that way. And then in demonstrating that you don't play them in the way that Troy had demonstrated on one video, you played them in a way that he demonstrates on another video, upward pixelanting. We've talked about this. We'll come onto that in the Facebook messages.
You know, do we really need to stretch it out over however many years he's been doing this? I guess 1-2 years now.
Oh no, heaven forbid you have enough teaching material to cover, years worth of content with students. Yeah, is that how you usually work with your students that have the misfortune of studying with you? I mean, something like that feels a bit catty, really, doesn't it? But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, come on. Do people pay for this? Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
That was it. That was it. That was all I had to say. I even put over another instructional video that I thought was good. And that,
good guy.
That guy, he kind of got mad because the video went all negative, right? So there was this guy, and his name was Levi Clay. Now, I have no fucking idea who this dude is, okay?
I don't hold that against you. You'd have no reason to know who I am. Just as I'd have no reason to know who you are. I mean, the difference, I guess, between us is that nobody knows who you are because you've done nothing. You are nobody. What we established in your last video is that you don't really know much about Troy or about Chris. He's not from England, remember. Of course you wouldn't know who I am. Why would you have seen any of the vast instructional material or writing work that I've done for numerous print publications and websites over the last 7 years? The books, the DVDs, the thousands and thousands of customers. Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
No clue. And so he takes my video and he goes to YouTube with the video, right? And or I put the video on YouTube. And he takes the video off of YouTube and he makes his own video. I've never seen this before in my life. Swear to God, never fucking seen this before, right? Don't know who this guy is.
You're seeing it again now.
Never seen this. He takes my video and then he has himself in the video, like a picture-in-picture kind of thing.
Here I am.
And he takes my Facebook live stream, just what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm having a drink, I'm just talking to you. This is very off the cuff, you know.
Sorry, was my video not off the cuff? Is this planned? Is this scripted?
No. And he picks the video apart, sentence by sentence, like I'm teaching a fucking class at Oxford or some shit, you know?
No, he holds you accountable for the things that you say. I'm not correcting your grammar. I'm not correcting your syntax. None of that is relevant. What is relevant is if you say something that is incorrect, I say, whoa, hang on a minute, that's incorrect.
And I'm not. Like, I'm just talking, right? I didn't research. I didn't do like
we know you didn't research.
Mountains of research into shit, you know? It's just we're just having a conversation, right? Just like right now, we're just having a conversation, you know? And he actually picked apart the video, like line by line, you know? And
I apologise that I have to do this again, but as I said, you seem to have blocked me on Facebook. You're talking about me, you're responding to me, but you don't want me to see it. Big brave man.
Very flattered that he took the time to do that. I know, Travis, I know. I'm very flattered that he took the time to do that. And he was very, he wasn't happy.
Should we dig a little bit further, because I know he's going to waffle here and I don't want anyone to miss any of the great content. Sorry, transcription work there. Yeah, you know, work. How do we get up this? Okay, let's bring this up, shall we? So we don't want Nick. We want. Where has he gone? Oh, there we go. See, look, we actually had quite a long chat on Facebook, and this is why things went south. Actually, let's put me over here. This is why things went south. When he started sending me my own photos, and come on, bro, seriously, you want to engage? I will absolutely engage, but not publicly. No need in that. Okay, right, cool. You want to speak one-on-one, that's fine. We actually did have a conversation. Calls me a total mark. This is a picture of my dog. I don't know why it's not displaying that. Poor thing, Jesus Christ. Your fat ass. Convince me. Your fat boy stupid ass doesn't believe this shit. Anyway, so we engage in some conversation. Look, and I say, look, of course you won't debate this publicly. I have no interest in doing it behind closed doors. I'm happy to speak to people publicly. That's what open discussion is about. They'll obviously be updating people with this further shower of shit from you. He said, only trying to save hard-working people some money. These are tough times. And then here's the real key thing, right? Right. So actually respond to my video and the points that I've made. Don't call me fat. Don't delete comments from people that disagree with you. Don't unfriend people because they disagree with you. Respond to these points. For example, you say that Troy's first videos are about Malmsteen. They're not, are they? You say that all he ever did is try and sell you a subscription. Yes, he offers that now, but that wasn't the case for years, was it? You say that he tells you this is the only way to play it, but that's not true, is it? He says this is how Malmsteen plays it. And yes, these are tough times. Thank you so much for stealing the content of others and telling them, other people, it's not worth buying. You're an absolute champion. And look, no, these are good, valid points you bring up. Casual live stream on Facebook. It was off the cuff. You're absolutely right. I do not have the timeline of things correct. Yes, and that's all there is to it. I've deliberately not insulted you. I don't need to insult you. I mean, I'm resorting to it now because are you not entertained? I merely corrected the things that you said that are obviously false. If you want to throw insults out, that's fine. If you want to respond and tell me where I'm wrong, that's the best way to get me to go away. Because when you're right, you're right. I don't care that you don't like Troy and that you want to tell people his stuff isn't worth buying. I can't argue with that. If those are your opinions, then those are your opinions. But to say that everything he posts is about selling you stuff and then to praise Chris who does exactly the same, come on, you're not that stupid. Oh, I don't know Chris Brooks or Troy Grady. I've merely been given their material to watch. I teach guitar for a living, and and have been most of my life as my sole means of income. Wow. Sorry. You want a casual live stream? What, where people only agree? Because he was deleting comments. Look, you can't possibly entertain people who don't share the same. You can't possibly have conversations with people that don't share your views, because that would be weird, wouldn't it? He's upset because people that follow me might be dogpiling him. I don't care. I would never do that. If you guys don't like these videos, drop a comment below. Tell me that I'm an asshole, and I'll go, cool. Thanks for that. I won't disable comments. There's no need for it. I don't need to do that in order to make my points. I stand by the things that I say. If I say something that's incorrect, you tell me it's incorrect. You tell me what I've said and hold me accountable for it, because that's how we learn. That's how we move forward. So, and I've pointed out, I didn't plan my reaction. It was 100% live. It wasn't pre-rehearsed, and yet it was accurate because I'm researched on the subjects. Anyway, I've put, there's a lot of stuff here, and this has been on screen. You can read this in your own time. And I don't want to defend Troy at all. Rest assured, if someone made a video about you that was full of false information, I would tell them that they're wrong. It's not about defending Troy or defending you. It's about making sure the information that's out there is as accurate as possible. When you go out of your way to insult somebody, to make a hit piece on someone's products, and it's full of inaccuracies, you can't be upset when people respond to that. You can't be upset when someone says that you're wrong. So yeah, he took my attitude personally, but he doesn't take issue with what I've said. Pay attention to that. I don't take much issue with what you've said. Okay. I'm glad that you fact-checked me. I have no problem with that. You seem to just genuinely dislike me based on this one video. I've seen material, see that. I never made any claims that the video, I will now play this fast and very clean. I clearly state that I do not have any sort of professional recording equipment. That's all excuses really, isn't it? But here's the thing, right? I absolutely had no problem with you. I didn't make the video intending to make an enemy. I was hoping that you'd respond and we'd get some discussion going so that everyone can benefit. But yes, I do dislike you. Outside of the personal attacks, which you've seen, you literally unfriended people who liked or commented on my post. Again, that's pathetic. I don't have respect for people that want to live in an echo chamber or safe space where their ideas are never challenged. And he said, I can understand your point about unfriending people. I don't see it as much of a loss, as I don't communicate with these people to begin with. That's my personal decision to make regarding my social media that doesn't have anything to do with Troy Grady's guitar music. It's simply my personal feelings towards my social media. I can't really argue with that. But really, you're telling me you didn't unfriend these people because they think you're wrong. You're really telling me that. There are people on my very post on my friends list who tell me they don't like videos like this. I see, okay. And I'm an arsehole for posting these. But I have the integrity and strength of conviction to not only allow them to feel that way, I wish I could speak, but to actually talk to them like humans about it. And yeah, cool, look, that is your prerogative and I respect that. I've argued with groups of people on social media before. It just doesn't go anywhere. It's a waste of time to me, in my opinion. You feel differently. You want to engage with large groups of people that trash you? If you want to do that, then please do it. I have nothing against you for it. It's just personally not what I want to do. But as you can see, I don't mind discussing things. Okay. And then we got chatting about some wrestling because humans. I don't have a dislike for this man as a human. But when you're unfriending people and you're saying, I don't need to interact with these people, like Envision Mix, I don't need to interact with these people on my friends list. Well, the problem with that is, well, let's check this, shall we? There were a couple of people that did this. That's my good pal Charlie. Oh, look at this. Look, Charlie. Ursin comments. Stop by to check out your guitar playing, but I see there are no videos. Maybe next time. Thanks. Search. And then he's given him some things to check out. And then Ursin's put, it's okay. Not terribly bad, but I don't think it's good enough to go out of your way to criticise me. So over the next couple of hours, I had a couple of people all come forward and say, "Dude, Ursin's posted on my page." Right, okay, so you're telling me, Ursin, that you unfriend people because you don't want to have to deal with them, but then you go out of your way to seek out people that have commented on my posts and insult them. You go out of your way to find these people and say you aren't a very good guitar player. Charlie's a world-class guitar player, but you aren't a very good guitar player. You have no right to criticise my playing. Right. I mean, I'm seeing a bit of a contradiction in your philosophies here. Do you want to argue with people or do you not want to argue with people? I mean, you blocked me after I responded to you on Charlie's posts and other posts where I pointed out a simple fact for you. This may come as a shock to you, but you don't need to be an expert of something to criticise it. You don't need to be an expert of something to criticise it. If I go out for a meal and I'm given this food and it tastes like dog shit, and I say to the chef, whoa, this isn't right, this tastes like dog shit, the chef can't turn around to me and say, could you cook it? It's not fucking relevant. I don't need to be a chef to tell you your food does not taste very nice. If I hire a builder to build something in my house or to build a wall in my garden and he builds me this wall and I come out and look at it and go, it's not straight, is he going to turn around and say, sorry, are you a bricklayer? No, of course he's not. I don't need to be able to build a brick wall to be able to tell you a brick wall has not been built well. You fucking moron. You don't need to be an expert in a field in order to comment on it. So in order to go round to all of these guys and say, you're not a very good player, you shouldn't really be commenting on my stuff, well, that's just as valid as me saying to you, you're not a very good teacher, you shouldn't go around commenting on Troy's stuff. A pleb. Anyway, carry on.
wasn't happy. Let's just leave it at that. He was not happy, okay? And he has a lot of fans that were not happy. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Right?
I don't have fans. I mean, I do have fans. I guess I do have fans. And thank you all for watching. I love you all.
Right. And so, a lot of these people, they were very angry, very upset, very, very upset. And I'd never seen this before.
That's not actually true. They were very amused that I pointed out so many inconsistencies in the bullshit that you were peddling. They weren't angry with what you'd said. They were amused at the video that I'd made.
For this making a video, yes, for real, making a video of my video. You know, this is a thing. This is a thing. I didn't know anything. Like I said, I didn't know who the fuck this guy was, and I didn't know that this was a thing. This is a fucking thing. Other people do this on YouTube, okay? Not just this Levi Clay guy, okay? Other people do this outside of music. Like, there's this girl, right? And she's vegan, and she makes videos just like that, trashing non-vegan people, like meat eaters.
Okay, that's not strictly what's going on here, is it? I'm not trashing you. I'm trying to get a discussion going. I'm a big follower of the skeptics community on YouTube. So guys like, even though they lean in slightly different political areas to me, guys like Sargon of Akkad. Sargon, I feel, is a little bit right-wing for me, but he responds to content. Channels like Undoomed, or channels like, who else do I enjoy? Harmful Opinions. I'm enjoying Harmful Opinion stuff at the moment. Even guys like Count Dankula, who's a local to me, or Thunderfoot actually. And this is where I get this idea from. There should be nothing wrong with me criticising and responding to the things you say, because no ideas are sacred. Your ideas are not sacred. I should be able to question your ideas, and you should encourage me to question your ideas, just as I encourage you to question my ideas. I wish I could speak.
Right? So she's got the meat eater video, and she's got the picture-in-picture, and she's sitting there going sentence by sentence, trashing the meat eater. Thousands of hits. Thousands.
Wow, big numbers. Gangbusters.
Thousands of...
I mean, I'm not trashing you, am I? As we said in my comments, via private message, bring this up again, I've just simply asked you questions or pointed out where things have been inaccurate. I'm not trashing you for them. I'm saying that's not correct. That's not trashing you. That's just being accurate. When you uploaded your video to YouTube, before I uploaded a video, you called it Troy Grady Debunked, or Cracking the Code Debunked. I mean...
subscribers, thousands of views, and I've been totally blown away by this, because it's fucking hateful, you know. It's terrible, really, you know. I didn't even...
Can we see the irony of this? You're going out of your way to say that someone like Troy Grady is not a teacher, and that he's a rip-off merchant, that he's a scam artist, that he's a marketing genius, but he's not a teacher.
You know that this was a thing. There's an entire subculture going on YouTube that I was completely and utterly unaware of, where people in all walks of life, from food to makeup to music to movies to everything, you know, these people are taking the videos and then going line by line in the video and fucking tearing it apart, right? And so I approached Levi Clay, Mr. Clay. I approached Mr. Clay, and he wanted me to publicly, like, debate him, which I'm not going to do. But I told him that I would.
Why? Is that not what you're doing now? You're questioning the things that I've said. You're slating me. That's your intention here, is to say negative things about me. and you're doing it in a way that you hoped that I wouldn't be able to respond to you, that I wouldn't be able to defend myself. I don't hide the things that I've said about the things you've said. You know what you've said, and I'm open about saying what I've said to you. And you are free to respond to that, because I'm not a fucking coward.
Verse with him, you know. And we did, and he was a nice guy. He was a nice dude. He really...
Thank you. And to be super clear, no part of me, apart from when you were being insulting towards me, had any issues with the things that was said between the two of us. You're not a bad person. You took responsibility for the things that you'd said. I respected that. So what is this video about? What is the point of this?
He was a nice dude. We had a very pleasant conversation. And he, by his own admission to me, and he even says it on his own channel, that he specifically does this because, and this is the fucking scary part. Have you all hung on for the fucking scary part? This is the this is the Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger part. He does this. He has 1,850 subscribers on YouTube, which really isn't a lot of subscribers in the grand scheme.
It's not, it's tiny.
Not that I have that many subscribers, but I'm just saying, I'm not really on YouTube. He does this because this is what gets traffic to the YouTube channel.
No, I think you've missed the point there a little bit. If you actually go through my YouTube channel, I'll explain why I posted what I posted on Facebook in a second. So if we look at my videos here, we've got a question and answer session, we've got me debunking you, we've got a question and answer session. This is a tutorial on bends in Guitar Pro. This is a country guitar tutorial promoting my book. This is a live transcription video. This is a collaboration video that I've done with Lee Rafe. This is responding to Adam Neely, again trying to open some discussion, not insulting him. I'm a big fan of Adam Neely. This is some of my music, country guitar video promo, transcription lesson, because I work professionally as a transcriber, country lesson, transcription lesson, live playing, book reviews, transcriptions. This is unlisted. This is me rehearsing for my wedding. This is a vlog on the subject of ethics versus law. Transcription. This is a tutorial on playing bebop lines on the blues. This is a vlog. This is a transcription challenge, reviews, transcription work, reviews, transcription work. I'm not seeing a lot of what you're talking about here. Live transcription work, a vlog, review, live transcription work, lessons, my Patreon stuff, live transcription stuff, reviews, comedy videos, because I do some of those as well. I even filmed a chat show with my pals. Like, these hit pieces that you're going to talk about, they're not the basis of what I do on YouTube. That's just, you know, an interesting aspect of some of the content I create, and it's a very small.
And then YouTube will then, when they see a lot of traffic coming to the channel, they'll put ads in front of the videos, and that turns into revenue.
That's not, I mean, that is true, yes, but as you can see, yes, these videos are monetized. This video is not monetized. These videos are monetized. When I create content, these videos are monetized. And I have no shame in demonstrating this. Off my entire channel this month alone, I made $15. Like, we're not talking big money here. Like, yes, it's not even a nice little bit of pocket change, you know?
Yes, thank you, dear. That turns into revenue, you know? So he admitted this to me, and he readily admits it on his YouTube channel. That when he...
So I wasn't clear about this. The reason that I posted that on Facebook today wasn't because I was saying this is why I post shitty videos ranting at people like you. The reason I did that is because I want people to understand not why I act the way I do, but that there's a massive imbalance in the content that we choose to consume. This video is almost 30 minutes long, and I can guarantee that there will still be people watching this now. Now, for those people that are watching this, great, awesome, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're entertained by stuff like this. But the problem with today's society is when I compare the views that I get when I, you know, talk about music versus when I put up a track that I've spent thousands of pounds recording and writing, and it is the whole point. No one cares about that, and there's one of two reasons for that. It's either because people don't care about music, or because people don't care about my music. I'd prefer it to not be the second one, so I like to assume it's the first one. But generally speaking, it's still the case when I promote great other guitar players that I know and work with. Guys like Cameron Allen, his album came out just recently. It's in my car actually, I thought it was here. Great album, I promoted it, and no one clicks on the links. Because it's like, cool, check out this amazing music. No, fuck that. Whereas when I post a video saying, look, this guy's saying some pretty stupid shit, check this out, people click it.
Posts music, his own original musical compositions, nobody listens to the shit, or they give it a thumbs down or whatever. But when he does these like hit piece trash videos, troll, that's trolling. Okay, that's trolling. When he does these troll videos, thousands of hits. Spencer. Vince, I am a master debater. You're right. Spencer, you're right, man. I've always said, I actually stole this from Cat Williams. If you've got 20 haters, you need to figure out how to be getting to fucking 40 by the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way of dealing with things. Like, I don't have issues with the fact that there are people that dislike me. I celebrate that fact. It was initially quite worrying when I got my first abusive comment on a YouTube video many years ago. But then I realised that when people go out of their way to dislike you, you're doing something right.
And but anyway, this is my thing though, guys. Like, if that's his game, that's cool. And like I said, we had a really pleasant conversation. He seemed like a really cool guy. We had a lot in common. He's a young guy though. He's only like 28, 29 years old. And I'm not like a young guy anymore. I mean, I'm not like old and decrepit and walking around with a walker or anything. But I mean, I just turned 40 last month. And
let's be clear, I still don't dislike Ursin. Like, yeah, I'll throw out abusive, verging on abusive. The idea is comedy. The idea is to entertain. I'm just trying to make you guys laugh. I don't want Ursin to take any of this personally. Just like if he uploads a video of me calling me, in fact I could link you to videos on YouTube where people are calling me fat and disgusting, and like I'm a terrible guitar player and I sound like shit and I can't play. I don't take that in offence. That's how people feel. That's how people feel.
It really hit me like a ton of bricks when I was having this conversation with Levi, that and my other friends on here, but particularly today when I was having this conversation with Levi, it hit me like a ton of bricks that what I do on guitar is ancient. Ancient is like an ancient religion,
I feel you.
Because I just want to grab the guitar, my Stratocaster. I just want to grab my Stratocaster and I want to plug it into my Marshall. And I want to turn it up as loud as it'll fucking go. And I just want to rock, that's it. That's literally all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else other than that. I want to plug the Stratocaster.
But here you are doing Facebook Live videos because, just like me, sometimes you think people care more about what you've got to say than what you've got to play.
Into the Marshall, and I want to turn the Marshall up loud, and I want to play rock and roll music.
I do the same.
That's all I've ever wanted to do, and that's it. I teach guitar. I've been teaching guitar full time for 10 plus years now, and so I understand the educational side of things. And I don't see that there's any educational value in I don't see any educational value in like ripping apart somebody's video.
Okay, you don't see any educational value in that. Do you not see the hypocrisy in that though? Because your last video was you ripping apart the instructional products of other people and saying that there is no value contained here. Can you see the hypocrisy in that? Like, on a serious level, can you understand how that would make you a hypocrite? And if you can't, then please allow me to explain this to you. If you can't see how that makes you a hypocrite, then that's what adds educational value to this video, because I'm demonstrating to everybody that you're a hypocrite. And by demonstrating that you're a hypocrite, I bring educational value to the community, because people might think twice before handing over money to learn guitar from you if they don't want to learn from somebody who cannot follow simple paths of logic.
So my point that I'm getting here is this: when I was introduced to this subculture, right, of these videos, first of all, from a musician standpoint, I'm understanding now that like what I do is like not what the fucking kids are into, you know.
Neither am I, actually. That's why I bought a 7-string guitar that's over there, so I could go. All that stupid shit that the kids listen to.
And that's
Explain to the people that you weren't particularly offended that he made a video about you, but that you went to his channel and saw that he was like taking these amateur guitar players and posting their videos and like ripping apart their guitar playing and everything, and that was what was like really just.
Whoa. Right, first of all, why are you looking so diligently at your wife for instruction here? My wife's asleep. I don't need her to tell me what to say. Second of all, what are these videos where I'm ripping apart amateur guitar players? Where have these happened? These haven't happened. These things don't happen.
Disturbing, and that he had done it over and over and over.
Yeah, he's got a lot of these hit piece videos on his YouTube channel, you know, and again, because he says it drives traffic to the channel, you know, and I get sent videos all the time.
Well, it's not true, is it? That's not true. There's not hit pieces on my YouTube channel.
By guitar players, and look, we all play guitar, and we all know, like, hey, look, some of it's really good, and some of it's bad. You know, people are learning, man. People are learning. I'm learning, you know. And I've never gone out of my way to like completely trash somebody. I've been
your last video, trashing Troy Grady.
Completely trashed Mark Varney. But anyway, you know, but like, so like, look, you know, I mean, I can take it, but it's just, it's scary to me that is this, like, this guy's young, right? He's like 28, 29 years old, and he's a guitar player, okay? He's a musician. And so what's scary to me is, like, I come from a world where I just wanted to take the guitar and plug it into the amp and, like, play music for people and fucking rock. You know what I'm saying?
Why have you not done that then? I come from that same background. It's why I have music out. It's why I have content. It's why I have a YouTube channel, because I want to make videos. My first video on my channel, my current channel, was one of my band singles. Like, that was why I did this, why I started it. I want to make music that people enjoyed. That's still all I want to do. This is just my hobby.
And it's scary to me that, like, they're not coming from that world. They don't want to do that. It's this, the way they're going to leave their mark on the world is to trash other people on the internet. Not just musicians, but anybody. That's a very scary thought, that's what you want to leave. That's the mark that you want to leave on this planet, is just to, like, fucking trash somebody that you don't even know, you know?
So far, not to sound arrogant, but so far I have like 5 years worth of monthly columns with Premier Guitar Magazine. I have 12 instructional DVDs sold all over the world. I have a book released by a publisher, and I have 2 more books coming out with the same publisher. I have 2 albums that are out, and you know, literally reached millions of people. Yeah. The only goal is to meet people and reach out to people and help people. I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I would absolutely teach guitar for free, not charge a penny, if I didn't feel that I was just going to be inundated with 100 students. The only reason I charge a little bit of money for lessons, and it is a little bit compared to all of my peers, is because I want people to value the lessons that they have, but not so much that they can't afford them. If somebody genuinely couldn't afford a guitar lesson but they really felt that they needed my help, I will happily hook up with people like that and help them, because that's the goal. Music is a community thing. That's why this is done publicly rather than in private, Ursin, because music is a public thing. It's a shared thing.
Now, he would probably tell you I was trashing Troy Grady, but I don't know Troy Grady, and I never said anything about Troy Grady.
Okay, by that logic, you don't know Troy Grady, therefore you can't trash him. Well, I don't know you, therefore I can't trash you.
Questioned his business model. That was it. I questioned his business model.
And I questioned the accuracy of your statements.
I can't have an opinion about somebody's business model. That was it.
Of course you can. The only actual maybe hit piece that I've done on my YouTube was a hit piece on Tom Hess, and that's because I don't like his business model.
You know? This guy takes my video line by line and just fucking across the board, you know, just like trashes every sentence I have to say.
Say something that I can't trash then, you moron.
And like I said, there's other people doing this in other genres, not just music, like in other things. And it's creepy, man. It is creepy. It's like some Saw shit, like some Silence of the Lambs type shit. And it's just really, really, it has really disturbed me seeing all these videos today. It's extremely creepy. And so I just wanted you guys to know that that's out there. And if you didn't know that that's out there, it's out there. Like, people are doing this like all across the spectrum, you know? Not just in music. They're making these like hit piece trash troll videos, and it's getting a lot of hits, and it's driving traffic to YouTube, and so they keep doing.
Well, we're in agreement then here, aren't we? Because I don't like the fact that that is the case. I don't want people to want to watch me. I'm 40 minutes in here. I don't want people to want to watch me do stuff like this. I would so much rather people would check out my educational stuff, read one of my books, check out one of my DVDs, enter into a conversation with me. We'll talk about playing Western Swing. We'll talk about playing Travis picking. We'll talk about playing over changes. Like, we'll talk about shredding. Like, I'm fine. Let's talk. That's cool. Let's keep it on the music. And I appreciate the irony of me not keeping it on the music, but that's because people do not give a shit about the stuff that isn't drama. God, have I got into the YouTube drama thing?
Doing it because the ads make them money and stuff, and that's
$15 this month. It's not making me money.
That's pitiful, man. That's pitiful. Is that what we've devolved to as human beings?
I like the point you're making here, and obviously I agree with your point, but then I turn around and say, well, why do you charge to teach people guitar? Why don't you just do it for free? Why not? You'll have a better community. You'll have a better relationship with the people you work with. I mean it. Like, if somebody desperately needs a lesson with me, they cannot afford a lesson, I will help someone out if that's what they need, because that's the way I see things. We're a community of people, not just guitar players, but people as a whole. Like, I don't believe in this idea of borders and shit like that. We're all fucking human beings. We all share the same planet. And I see every single one of you as my brothers and sisters. I will treat you all as equals. Unless you say something incredibly stupid, in which case I will tell you that you've said something stupid, but I won't hold it against you. I'll only hold it against you when I point out that you've said something stupid. You acknowledge that you've done something stupid, as you have, but you don't rectify it. You still keep saying stupid stuff.
It's like, that's what we're going to do. Again, you know, I was criticizing Troy Grady as his business model, like how he decided to make money. And again, how immoral is this? How fucking immoral is this that you're gonna do like these hit trash troll videos to try to get YouTube to put ads on your videos to try to make money? Like,
again, I agree with you, but the thing is, if I'm making trolling videos, if I'm criticising you for the things that you say. The only reason people watch my videos, the only reason I've built up a subscriber base on YouTube is because I've got this reputation for saying what I think and also not opening my mouth unless I've got a pretty safe idea that I'm right about what I'm saying. I don't tend to speak on things that I'm ill-informed on. There are plenty of things out there. I have students come to me and, that I'm working with, and they're like, well, I'd really like to work on this thing. And I'll turn around and say, I'll put my hands up and go, look, I know a lot about a lot of things, but that is something that I don't consider myself in a position to speak to you and charge you money to teach you, because I'm not an expert of it. I don't fully understand it, and I certainly can't play it to the level that I feel that I should in order to honestly be taking money from you. So I send these people to other teachers for things like polymetric, polyrhythmic stuff, the more modern thing. If I don't understand something, I'm gonna, keep my mouth shut.
Like how fucking pitiful and immoral is that, you know? It's like capitalism gone awry. It's like we've entered Blade Runner. We've entered like, the Dark Ages. We've entered the Dark Ages. So like it hurt my soul, man. It hurt my soul to see young people. I'm sorry.
I feel old, man.
In general, it hurt my soul to see these young people doing this. But as a guitar player and as a lifelong musician, it really hurt my soul to see this young kid, man, who's a good guitar player, man. It just really hurt my soul to see that this is how he wants to like leave his mark on the world, is not with his music. And not by spreading his music, but by making like these troll videos, because as musicians, like, we shouldn't be doing that, I mean, look, I know you guys know that, I have a big mouth and I say a bunch of shit, but
that's the point. I also have a big mouth and I say a bunch of shit. I honestly believe the only difference between you and I is that I have a big mouth and I say a bunch of shit, but generally speaking, when people watch what I say, they go, he's got a point. Or they'll hear what I say and they'll say, I thought the same, but I didn't think it was acceptable to say it. And I understand that it's not acceptable to say it. I think of myself as a voice to the voiceless. I say the things, it feels incredibly cheap, if I'm honest. The only reason I've got following on YouTube, or anywhere actually, is, I was doing a lot of high-profile professional work, but people only really started caring about the things that I had to say when I started coming out and saying things that everybody was thinking, but just didn't want to say. It feels incredibly cheap to actually do that. I'm not doing anything original. Sometimes I'll even make a video based on a message that someone will say to me, where they say something about someone, and I'll go, why don't you make a video about it? And they're like, oh no, people wouldn't like it if I did that. And I'll go, well, I'll do it. And they go, okay, cool.
It's find something where I'm totally ripping somebody apart. You're not gonna find it.
And you won't find the same with me.
I've made some comments in the past. Look, I'm no saint. I'm no saint, man. I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm a saint. I've made some comments in the past in interviews and stuff like that you can find online if you Google my name. I've made comments about people that, maybe I shouldn't have made, and I suffered the consequences for that.
As have I.
I took the hit for that, You live and you learn, right? But I never made like a 30-minute fucking troll video on somebody, I was like,
You're 19 minutes in so far.
I made comments about people, I was asked, like, it was like an interview where...
You know how at the start of this you said you don't know who I am? We're not friends on Facebook. You have no followers on YouTube. I have no fucking idea who you are. No fucking idea who you are. The reason you got a video made about you was because you said some stupid shit, and your friends, your followers, saw the stupid shit that you were saying, but didn't want to comment and point out that you were saying stupid shit. So they come to me. Because they know that I'll say it. I can't help myself.
I was asked about someone and I commented, and maybe I was an asshole in my response, but I never sat at the computer and made like hit piece troll videos, So that really hurt my soul, man, that like people are doing that, and that musicians are doing that, like to other musicians, you know. You know, maybe I'm just like, maybe I've gotten to the point where like, you know, I'm just old school and I just have to like deal with the fact that, you know, like the younger generation's lost. But like, all I want to do is play rock and roll music. You know, that's all I've ever wanted to do. You know, and I never sat here and said I was the greatest guitar player. I never sat here and said I was the fastest guitar player, or the cleanest guitar player. I never said I had the best technique. I never said I had the best vibrato. I never said I had the best tone. You've never heard me say any of that. I've never said anything like that. You know.
Are we going somewhere with this?
I wanted to save you money. You know, like as a kid growing up, you know, I didn't have a lot, and so
I understand that. I make no. I don't hide the fact that I come from, you know, a family of drug addicts, council houses, nothing. My first guitar I got when I was 14, and I got it from my girlfriend at the time's dad, because we didn't have a guitar in my house. I wasn't getting a guitar. I left home when I was 17. I left home when I was 17, and I went out into the big wide world and tried to make something of myself. It's why I'm the way I am, because I have to be aggressive all the time, because if somebody comes and stabs me in the back, I'm done for. I'm finished. I've not got a network to fall back on.
if I can, you know, if I can save you a buck, I'm gonna try. If you can save me a buck, help me out. You know, like.
Well, that's happened. Like, these people, they sent you Troy Grady's products and Chris Brooks' products, and you don't see anything wrong with that. That's the reason you need to save a buck, because you can't make products and release them, because it would be karmic justice, and I don't believe in karma, but it would be karmic justice if you released an album and then everybody stole it.
You know, this is a true story, and I'll end with this. Tony McAlpine. Who loves Tony McAlpine?
I don't.
You know, raise your hand. Everybody, right? Everybody loves Tony McAlpine.
I mean, I don't hate Tony, but
The first time that I was ever able to hear Tony McAlpine was Napster. Because I didn't have the money to buy a fucking Tony McAlpine CD, you know? If it wasn't for Napster, I would have never heard Tony McAlpine, because I didn't have the money to get it, you know?
what we're getting
So
here is
there's
the
a lot of people that
piracy fallacy.
have questioned me about pirating and watch.
People that you buy CDs. He has a whole shelf full of CDs, people.
I buy a lot of CDs, folks. I buy a lot of CDs. I buy so many CDs that my wife really hates when I buy CDs.
I feel ya. Mine's the same.
She gets pissed.
There's nowhere to put them.
She wants me to just download it off of iTunes. She says that the only people that buy CDs is me and like the one old hippie guy down the street.
She's right. I do as well, though. I have like, I don't know, 2,000, maybe more now. It's pretty ridiculous.
We're the only ones. And she wants me to just buy this stuff off of iTunes, you know.
The old man listens to it on his Walkman.
I buy a lot of CDs, a lot, okay? But at the same time, I know what it's like to be a poor kid that wants to hear music. And
I'm going to sign off here, guys, because I've been going for nearly an hour. I don't want to go down this piracy thing with Ursin, because obviously you're pro-piracy. And I do understand, and I've been in the same position as you. I'm not going to say that I've never pirated stuff in my life, and it's always been for the same reasons that you've pirated things. But what you will find when you deal with people that pirate stuff is they will twist and turn and just do anything they can to justify what they do and make it acceptable. But ultimately, what you understand as you get older, and it feels wrong giving you advice because you're older than me, but as you get older, what you learn is that you're being a little bit immature when you do that, because while you may absolutely believe that I don't question for 1 second that you believe that. In fact, I don't even argue with you in that whether you're right or not. You're right. Of course, you're right. By downloading Tony McAlpine's music and not paying for it, it's put you in a position where you know who Tony McAlpine is and you love Tony McAlpine. And over time, you may be in a position now where you've spent money on Tony McAlpine. Okay, so what you've done, and I fully understand it, done the same myself, is that Piracy has ended up benefiting the artist, right? I get that. But you have to understand that's not your decision to make. That's up to the artists, because they own the content. It's their intellectual property. And if they don't want you to steal their stuff, a good person will respect that and let them suffer the consequences of that. I don't police the piracy of my albums all that much. If people want to steal it, great. I'm just happy that people want to listen to it. It's all over Russian torrent sites and download sites, and I have seen people actually come to me and purchase it because of that. And I've got to read comments from people and get feedback from people, and on the one hand, it's frustrating. On the other hand, it's the way it is. But it's my music, and it's what I can do with it, what I want. And while I don't have a massive problem with it, I absolutely respect other musicians that do have a problem with it. Simple as that. Like Mike Stern is a great example. Here's Mike Stern's Jigsaw on CD. I mean, I'm sure you can download this. Maybe you can find this an illegal download of this. Just go on YouTube and try and find a video of the song Jigsaw. Not a live version, the album version. I think that would be of massive benefit for him to have tracks like that on YouTube, because it would make it easier for me to turn my students onto guys like Mike, because I'd be like, well, you should check out this song Jigsaw. It's a great little picking piece. But it's not there. That's his right. It would be wrong of me to make that decision for him, to take this CD and upload that track to YouTube because I think that it would be good for him. If that's his business decision, he's well within his right to make that decision. So I'm not going to sit here and accept Piracy. I don't know, I forget why you went on this run. So let's leave it there, guys. In summary, I don't think I've ever made hit pieces. I think that, Ursin, you've been a bit hypocritical here. I think it's massively hypocritical to speak about me like this and not give me the opportunity to respond. I think it's massively hypocritical for you to send me private messages and say that you just want to unfriend anybody that disagrees with you and you don't want to get into arguments with people. And then to seek out people that have commented on my videos and insult their playing and say that they're not open, they're not valid to justify, to criticise your playing. I think that's massively hypocritical. Yes, but what do you guys think? Please do hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button and all that jazz. It's been the longest video I've ever uploaded to my channel, so it's really going to annoy you, Ursin, but thanks for the traffic, brah. Just remember, if you do this again, you make a video about me, I will hear about it and I will make a response. And I'm not saying to you, don't make a response to this video. By all means, make a response to this video. But don't be upset, just as I won't be upset if you make a response. Don't be upset if I respond to you. If you talk about me, I'm going to talk back. Peace out, guys. Much love, and I will catch you again soon. Bye.